we're back here again. And why the hell do I see sugarcane up here? Just running over and having to look up and I see that. Like, what the hell? Well, that's got a lot of sugar in it. The hell's going on up here? This thing's full of poisonous potatoes. Gotcha. That's the problem. I can fix that. Just need... well, no, that'll be fine. Just so happen to have some stuff. Okay. Let's see. You there. You there. You should start getting poisonous potatoes. Please. Oh wait, now I gotta set the bottom. We can store these poisonous potatoes and use them in more vats later. That's not a problem. And just gotta set the bottom and it'll be fixed. But, so we got a couple things I wanna try to get to today. For starters, I want to automate Endstone. Shouldn't be too big a deal, just gotta get it set up in the right place, because right now it's set up over here, which I'm honestly not really using any of this anymore. So it's not a big deal. What we gonna do, we gonna take these here melter and infuser, and we gonna shove them down here. For now, right here. Shove a melter and an infuser. Don't want to put that there. Get rid of that. And I want to get the pipe hooked back up. This guy is going to output to the top. This guy is going to input from the top. So that should work like that. And if we put a export bus on you, and interface on you, we can go ahead and shove the power and the items through that same cable, then extract from you. You actually do not need your item do it. Oops. Put that back. And that back. Okay. So that will power you. You'll do that. And I want you to take sandstone and turn into endstone. And then I can get this guy over here to make me some sandstone out of the sand that we're going to be making, because I have another idea, and I think this will help a big portion of my issues. This thing I have noticed is that my ME system gets backed up whenever I request something that needs glass, because to be able to get the glass I have to process cobblestone and gravel into sand, and the sag mill that I had it set to do with will not do it automatically. That is a problem for me, because if it ends up not getting what it needs, then it will not actually obtain the requested item, which is a problem. Then the system says, hey, we don't have it, and it tries to lose it, basically. So what we're gonna do is make a way that we are always going to have sand, no matter what. First, we need to take this ender pearl, shove it right there. That will automatically make sure ender pearls always put into that melter, which will melt into its counterpart and produce me some sandstone. The other thing is I would love to have some upgrades in that thing, which I happen to have some. Good. Those chests definitely do come in handy. Say do 7 and 7. I'll do what? 480 RF a tick. Got a decent speed going on it. Why are you not receiving your stuff here? Your output to the top? Oh, gotta set the extraction. There we go. Now, wager you can do about the same here. Go. So now whenever I request sandstone, endstone, it should automatically make the sandstone, shove it in here, and the item conduit will extract it, shove it in this chest, which will feed it through the system. Awesome. This will always have ender pearls. Once that fills up, it'll back up into the melter, and then the only time ender pearls will be put in is when it's being used. We got that done. Now the other thing I wanted to work with is getting this issue fixed. So say I put sag mill here. If I put a cobble generator through like this, it does get cobblestone in. Not exactly at a great rate, but eventually that ain't going to matter. I do need some capacitors. We can go with these ones. Those will be more than fine. So what I'm thinking is we can then run this guy. He will produce gravel, sand, and flint. The sand I want to get stored in this guy. And then the flint I actually want to shove into this guy. I think that will work well. I think. What is this missing? Sand, of course. Here. Actually, I got some silicon dioxide laying in there for whatever reason. Give me this guy. Yeah. That'll produce me a little bit of sand. Maybe that'll be enough. Say I want sand in here. We lock that up. That's not going to be enough to make my 16K, right? Yeah. Okay. Me have this make me up a little bit of silicon dioxide. We'll get that filled in. What's it doing in fours? Oh, I know why. That's not a problem. Okay. What I'm thinking, so I'll have this thing sit here. It will produce my sand, fill it up into this basic drawer here, which would have a storage bus stuck on it, so that the computer would see the sand is here and always take sand from here, and then this should back up with sand and gravel. We want to actually we want to do both out of that one. And then what would happen be that there. This guy would be an insert. This would be the beginning of this whole system. It's not going to be the end result, because I'm going to end up using this to make more. But for now, it will work for what I need, because right now the flint is pretty much useless to me. If I whitelist flint, you are only allowed to have the flint. That will input it into there. So then I still need... what was it? Oh yeah, the 16K. That can start being crafted up for me. Alright. So then I will need power over here. Perfect. So you start doing that. You're getting gravel. I need to push from that end. Alright, and do that. So then gravel's being pulled out, put into here. Sand is being stored there, and the flint should be being pushed into there. With this in here, should start storing energy. Which I can start condensing into matter balls or singularities. But what can matter balls do? They can make paintballs. I don't care about paintballs, so we're going to condense into singularities. And that will... I'm gonna need a bigger one, ain't I? Yeah, I might need a bigger one. Whatever. Where is that coming from? Ah, so sand goes in there, it's gonna make silicone. So we need to... damn it. Give me the sand. Thank you. We need to blacklist sand to this guy, so he cannot accept sand. Alright. And apparently flint is being shoved into that hole. I guess that ain't a big deal. Give it a little more chance to get some sand every now and then. It's just being trashed into here anyway, so that's perfectly fine. So then that'll sit there. Chances of making gravel. Chance of byproduct of sand. The gravel's being put into here with the sand and flint. Then the sand is being stored into here, which will have a storage bus put on it and connected to my computer. Which I don't know if the drive can be there if I gotta move the drive. I probably gotta move the drive. Let's see. Test that. Apparently I need some sticky piston. Anyway, I don't. Make us a storage bus. Do you get a channel? Does that work? I'm guessing, yeah, I'm gonna have to move this. Okay. Not a big deal. Alrighty. So that should give me... Why are you... There we go. And that should give me access to sand without having to rely on these outputs being 100%. I don't have to worry about the grinding ball. It's a self-feeding system. And that will work. Awesome. Love it. So that's the idea for that. Now, I also need obsidian. There is a few ways of obtaining obsidian, which is I could make it, but then I'd have to teach the system how to make all this and the obsidian, and honestly that's more chemical combiners. Now I have to buy the chemical combiners, I can't make them. So if I can avoid using the chemical combiners for some recipes, I would rather do that. I do have these obsidian breakers that I could auto craft up. And I'm thinking I could make a redstone system. And I found this auto clicker that I'm hoping will work. It needs coarse flour, which I can not make. So the only way to obtain it would be to go to the end. Which I was looking, and it does appear we have end cake. Somewhere, right there. End cake. And I can make it out of blue matter and a cake. But I need blue matter to get to it. Which is not a big deal. The next thing in my book is to make the purple matter. Which I do have 1 billion EMC right now. So it should not be a problem to obtain, because all I need is 6 fuel, 3 pink matter. That will allow me to make my purple matter. Which apparently I had some in there already. Which gives me reward. Then I need to make violet matter, which is basically the same process, except, yeah, just do that. Screw off. Purple matter instead of the pink matter. So make me the violet matter. With the violet matter gets me the blue matter. There's actually a quest for the end cake. So learning violet matter, then I can make that into the blue matter. So then want to learn that. Then it does want me to make the end cake. And then there's cyan matter, which I'm guessing just keep going down the line. Blue makes cyan. Cyan into being very fucking expensive. Holy shit. I'm gonna need some more flower pots. This means a lot more crafting in that whole regard. Right now I'm at a pink matter and I need a purple matter, which means I need to make purple collectors and purple relays and all that things. And the one I'm getting 16, that's 68. How much for 1,000,000? Blue matter would make 1,000,000. So yeah. Holy shit. 48 trillion a second? You have got to be kidding me. Okay, that's going into some frickin' janky crap right there. Okay. We'll get to that later. But that does unlock this end cake thing, which just needs a bunch of blue matter, which means I'm going to need some more EMC, because right now I can only afford like 4 of them instead of the 8, so I'm going to have to sit here and do some work on the power flower and build up some EMC to get that done, and then I think we're going to the end. I'ma kill me a dragon. I'll get a bow made up before episodes. I'll get some work done on that. We'll have that ability, and I'm going to get some obsidian. Bit bad I'm planning on going and killing the ender dragon just to make obsidian. Okay. But pretty much that's all I had planned for today. So we got our endstone set up. We got our sand set up. Plans made for a end cake. And a little bit deeper into the matter tree, and I'll start working on getting some better power flowers made up. So for now, guys, we're going to go ahead and call it quits for the day. And I will get to work on that and see you next time. So, latest.